Alrighty, welcome everyone, and Merry Christmas. I'm Teeaboo, and I am here this morning for Ginga Densetsu, episode 56, I want to say. Yeah, it's 56. Because we just did 55, and that's the start of the new season, and now we're on episode 2 of the new season. Good. Ginga Densetsu, episode 56. So as I said, kind of a new season, new stuff going on, new girl, and potentially new enemies. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what can happen. But I'm ready. Let me pull this up. Okay, good. We're up and ready to go. So, if you're watching on YouTube, you want to go to the link now. I love these episodes. This is the second big one that we've gotten that's all like a history lesson in universe, and as before, I won't repeat myself too much on that because I think it's a great conceit for an episode. I think it's a great way to give a ton of exposition and backstory to the universe really quickly by putting it in a real world format where that's intended for exposition, like a documentary. I think it's excellent. I also sort of realized during this one that, in a sense, this is a way of doing like a lower budget episode that's not like a recap episode, because it's all new information. It all had to be written. And it's a really good way of doing that, because a lot of the episode can be just still frames that are frames of historical documents, historical records, stuff like that. And then they just have to animate the one professor dude, like, talking. And most of the time he's standing still, and it's just, like, one loop of mouth movement. So it's really inexpensive and really effective for you get a lot of mileage out of the money that you put into these episodes. But it's also, it's intentional, and it's a part of the series, and it's good. So it's a great story. It makes sense. The biggest thing that I got out of it that I found interesting was this idea that was repeated twice, I think, at least twice in the episode, of people, first in the early parts of the episode, of the documentary portion, and then stated by Poplin, right before we got this really cool, like, panning shot of Poplin. People who gain, and I actually mentioned it during the reaction, people who gain great power often then go back and justify it by saying, like, the rights that we have seized, the things that we have seized are things that we were entitled to from the start, right? This is like the right of kings, or the divine right to rule, is one real world example of that. You know, you seize this power, and then after a little while, you justify your seizure of the power by saying, it was always mine to begin with, y'all just didn't know it. And I feel like that could have some parallels to Reinhard. Like, I was always meant to be Kaiser, right? I don't feel that from him. He's very much aware of his seizure of power. He's said it repeatedly, like, I will seize the universe, I will take it for myself, because I want it, not because I deserve it, necessarily. And he hates that about the previous empire, that they felt so entitled to their power and their authority. And it's something that's sort of woven into a lot of the characters, on the Alliance side, too. You know, like, my actions are justified because I am in a position of authority, and I am in a position of authority because I am justified. It becomes this weird circular logic. But it is a common thing, and so I liked that we're highlighting it and bringing it up. Some real brutality in the history. I like that a lot. Ibn Sharma. Yeah, Ibn Sharif, I feel. No, he's the Sultan of Morocco. No, not him. Yeah. Ibn Sina. Yeah, Avicenna. Okay. That's who I was thinking of. The Persian physician and philosopher. Who we know as or Avicenna or Avicenna. I don't know. Yeah. One of the most significant, he's a polymath, most significant physicians, astronomers, thinkers, and writers of the Islamic Golden Age. Ibn Sharma has some linguistic similarities to Ibn Sina, you know, just like a little bit. But he's a really influential philosopher and historian. Interesting. So I wonder if that's meant to be a reference. There were all sorts of parallels to real world conflicts and real world like methodology. Like the Earth forces and the way that they did their PR is very America. Very America. Yeah. Specifically in Vietnam. Like mass casualties and then blaming it on Viet Cong. Like, oh, there were rebels there and they killed all the people. Right, okay. That makes sense. And the 180-degree turnarounds. And then the Night of whatever had some parallels, I think, to Kristallnacht. Just destroying a city. Pretty crazy. Pretty cool episode. I liked it a lot. I really like these history episodes. I would watch that as a whole show. Just like a quick skim recap of all of Legend of the Galactic Heroes as a documentary. I would watch. I guess that is sort of the conceit of the entire show with the narrator and everything, but in this format where it's just like going through it as though they're historical events, I would watch. But then we wouldn't get all the glorious depth and detail that we get in the actual episodes, so whatever. It's stupid. Yeah, good stuff. Me likey. I'm gonna wrap it up. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Ginga Eiyuu Densetsu. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace.